Gaffer, a late winner here to get us over the line against Elgin City with a 2-1 win. Your reaction to the game, first of all, please?
There was a lot of it wasn't happy with Peter. I think that'd be fair to say. What the intention was tonight is make sure everybody comes away from here having an opportunity and everybody gets a chance to play. With that comes 10 changes to your starting lineup. Only big Lewis Reid stayed in the team, so I think you're always going to have wee teething issues that we've not spent that much time together as that 11 players. But I think there's a lot of good quality in there, and I think there's a lot of guys knocking on the door, desperate to get into the starting 11. So I thought we started really poorly. And credit to Elgin, they didn't make it easy for us. I thought it was a spell in the first half, probably from the midway point, that we started to play much better, and there was some really good signs in it. I didn't think we started the second half particularly well either, and that was kind of a common theme throughout the second half, where it was scruffy, it was scrappy, our distances weren't quite right. We didn't really feel we combined well enough. But I've just said that the players there, a great trait for any team, any football club for me, is to be able to keep going and keep plugging away and find yourself a winner, and we've done that again here tonight, and it keeps what's been a very good run going. I say it again, Peter, I take this competition really serious. I think it's a good opportunity for players to get minutes and to try and achieve something, try and do something. I've been fortunate enough to win this competition as a player and a manager, and I enjoyed it, and you don't get lots of them throughout your football career, so I think it's important that you really immerse yourself in whatever game of football that that's in front of you. And I don't think it was a lack of effort, I don't think it was a lack of application from us tonight. I think there was just a bit of lack of cohesion and quality at times and decision making, but we'll analyse it like we do any other game of football. We'll take the win, and we'll move on to what becomes a big game for the football club on Saturday.
You mentioned the 10 changes. Obviously you're pitching a lot of boys who haven't had a massive amount of game time this season. How do you think that they fared overall? Obviously there's a couple of young lads in there as well, Jamie and Andrew, who contributed well throughout.
Yeah, listen, I think it was a mixed bag, if I'm being honest with you, and I think the guys will be honest enough to say that. I thought there was some decent performances, some looked a wee bit sharper and a bit stronger than others. The one thing I do know, Peter, is they'll come out here better for the minutes and the time spent on the pitch. No question about that. I don't think I ever felt it was going to be perfect tonight because of the amount of changes, and as you rightly say, some of the guys have probably got a little bit of ring rust because they've been desperate to go on the pitch and play. But such is the way sometimes when you've got a decent sized squad, such is the way sometimes when you've got a lot of guys vying for opportunity. And the other part of that as well is it tells you that the guys that have been starting and playing have been doing really well. So I love the idea there's been a fight on everybody's hands, and that fight sometimes lasts longer than a day, a week, a month. You've got to keep making sure that your standards are at the highest level. As I say, we've seen flashes of bits that were good from individuals, and we've absolutely got bits there that need to get better. But I'll stress it again, you definitely come out here better for some of the guys. I'm thinking like say Adam Forrester right in the dying embers, gritting his teeth and working hard to make a recovery run. He's going to be better for that. He's obviously a little bit behind. Lewis Jameson a little bit behind. These guys have come in a wee bit later to the party. Conor Randall's been out with an injury and obviously trying to work his way back into a team. So there's varying stages for some of these guys, and as I say, I think tonight was a decent test, and full compliments to Elgin because they certainly didn't make it easy for us.
Obviously a bit of a unique circumstance tonight with Lewis Mackay and Callum Brown playing against us.
Yep.
How do you think they fared? I think they did really well. Obviously Lewis started the game a good shift, and Callum came on and looked a handful as well. Yeah,
listen, I'm not surprised. I expected Lewis to be good in the game tonight. We see him every day, and he's a player that we really like. Callum the same. He's got a profile of being a proper sort of out and out number 9. You can see his physicality, you can see he's got a bit of pace. He's obviously learning the role and learning the position. I thought he was a handful when he came on in the latter stages of the game, but I suppose in particular Lewis, because he started and finished the game, I could have stood in their way, Peter, and said that we weren't going to let them play. I had that option to be able to hold them back for playing in the game. I think what I link this to is my love and my passion for player development. I know it's the talking point just now with certain summits and all the rest of it, but I think it would be ridiculous of me not to allow these guys to go and play, and for us to get eyes on them again quite easily tonight. It can be awkward for them. I don't really think it did throughout the game because we've got a good group. These boys are well on the ball and switched on to playing the game. And as I say, that relationship with Elgin as well makes it very, very easy. I spoke to Stefan at the end of the game. He's been delighted with the boys coming in and the cooperation that we've had between both clubs. So long may that continue, and hopefully these guys get more opportunity to show what they're about, because that's the purpose of the cooperation loan.
Just finally, Chris Hamilton made his first appearance for the club tonight after a bit of a lengthy spell out with injury after pre-season. How pleased are you to get him back involved with the group properly?
Yeah, no, just delighted to get him on the pitch. It's obviously going to take Chris a wee bit of time to get fully up to speed. He'd done a lot of the hard work before it got to the opening games, the friendlies that we played. So very simply from his point, it's a difficult one because you've done so much running, you've done so much graft to get to the games, and he's had this spell out, unfortunately. But he's been back in training the last few days. We thought we could get him some decent minutes here tonight just to get back on the pitch and get a feel for it. So I've no doubt, Peter, he's going to flourish and grow here and really add something to our group as we go. But we just need to be careful what we're doing and just make sure that we increment that in over the next period of time.
Well done, thanks for your time.
Cheers, Peter, thanks.